What's up, everyone? Let me start again. What's up, everyone? It's Michelle Angelique, spiritual boxer. Today is May 21st, 2025. Last Wednesday, I told you guys we were going to go over, or I was going to go over the gospel of peace and show you the diet Yeshua left for us, the way to follow as far as our diet, right? And then all the parasites that we have and we don't recognize are in our bodies, which Yeshua called them Satans in this text, right? And they were Satans because back then, what that word meant was the adversary. It didn't mean what we understand it to mean right now. You know, what Hell's Angels have as far as bikers and their symbol of a chimera, of an animal creature with horns that's male and female, right? That's transgender, that's satanic. Not the same thing as far as what the word meant then. It still means today, but we don't understand it that way, right? So when Yeshua says to remove Satan, he's saying remove the adversary, which are parasites in the body that are working and running your mind, in your behaviors, right? So I'm bringing that up because I can't talk about that today. There's a lot of data, a lot of info, and my brain hurts. Like literally, like the muscle tissue of my brain hurts so bad that it hurts to think for me right now. And I mean that literally. Like just putting deep thought hurts my brain. So I almost didn't even come on today. But I got to keep it pushing, right? Keep it moving to build that consistency. So you know I'm here. Unless I have a family event and nothing goes over or before my kids, right? My family. That's the only time I won't be here. I'm trapped at work. That's it. Today, I'm going to talk about what happened to me right after I got off of last week's live with you guys. I can't even imagine these things happening to me, but they happen, and then I bring it to your attention for the next week. So I'm not even going to tell you guys. I'm not going to finish off saying what we're going to talk about next week because shit happens to me, like in this case, right away, right after I got off of being live with you guys. And I'm going to go over what happened and how I got to make a correction. I have to for last week's video, which was May 14th, 2025. Today's the 21st of May. And then what just happened to me yesterday. They're both different, yet they coordinate. They're the same, right? I'm so stressed out about it. My brain is hurting me right now. Like right now, I don't want to talk about it and I'm starting to get nervous. Not because I'm afraid, it's just because, well, yeah, okay, I'm afraid. That's why. I had to catch my own bullshit. I had to catch my own bullshit. What happened to me yesterday is we're going to go over it and then I'll talk about it. Because if I talk about it, tell you the outcome, it won't make no sense, right? But if I explain what happened, then it won't make sense. Why the muscle, you know, because our brain is a muscle. My muscle tissue in my brain feels like it's been beaten up for 6 rounds. And I haven't done no boxing for a long time, so that's not what's happening. It's not mixed up for any boxing. But because I know what boxing is and I know what getting your brain pounded in feels like, I know what a sore brain feels like from getting beaten, right? From getting pounded. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to go through this. I don't. Because I don't want this to be part of my life. But it's part of my life. So I'm stuck in a crossroads, right? I could give it all up, Never be on this YouTube again and just go get a job like everybody else, like I'm doing right now, right? And do the same old, or do the same old, and jump into what I don't want to jump into, but was presented to me yesterday, and I'm nervous and bothered by it, right? I'm nervous and I'm bothered by it. So let me figure out how to begin, right? Let me try to figure out how to begin. That's why I'm not even gonna come on today. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna go back to opening the lines so I can talk to my people, and my people they could talk to me. And if I get somebody disrespectful, I'm just gonna erase you. I'm not even gonna mention your name because you don't matter. Right? You're gonna stop me from communicating to the people and the people communicating to me. I just fucking remove you. That's it. Oh, okay. Let me figure out how I'm gonna put this whole thing together. I did try to do my best, and let's see how this pans out. Right? I'll put on where we can comment later towards the end. I'm not gonna put it on right now so I don't get distracted, and I'm gonna try to put this out. In short, I'm gonna tell you what it is so you have an understanding of where I'm going. So I don't just have you standing by and not knowing, right? Last week, I made a statement on my video on how to know yourself, right? You go back and you look at my live around the 8-minute mark, 8.5-minute mark. I said something I would never say, yet I said it, and I didn't correct myself. And you guys watch me correct myself on a regular. Let me change my words. Let me correct myself. That's my regular statement. That's how you know I'm talking, right? But yet I didn't catch this. And it was so serious in the words. And I didn't fix that. Well, how's that possible? Right? How's that possible for me to catch the words coming out of my mouth? I sure to get a lot of water this time. This has creatine in it so you don't trip out on it. By the way, I just found this creatine today. Creatine's necessary if you're over 40 years old. Our body stops making it, we need it. This brand right here, they're individual packets. It's $30 for, it's 30 individual packets, 5 grams each, and $25, right? $25. The reason I'm showing you this is because I was using Body Tech. Body Tech moved over their ingredients. They changed their ingredients and they didn't tell anybody. It was in small fine print, micronized. I don't do micronized nothing if I can catch it. So I stopped using Body Tech, and now I just found this today, and I'm taking it right now. I can't give you no other comments except for no other comments. I can't tell you no more except that the fact that I love that in the back of the ingredients says no other ingredients, just the creatine and not micronized, because this tech that we got in our bodies piggybacks on the back of the micronization, cuts through the barrier that is not supposed to be able to trespass, and it gets inside the cell. So it's piggybacking is what it's doing, this nanobiotechnology that we got in the food and in our products. And in the air and in the water and everything else. So I ain't trying to help this tech help itself to my cells, right? My structure. All right. So going back to correcting the words I said, and the words I said on my video were disrespect to God. I mean, those words came out of my mouth. What I wanted to say was, with no disrespect to God yet, I said super clearly, if you go back and listen to that video, like I said, at the 8.5-minute mark around there, disrespect to God. I was like, oh shit, what? I was like, what? How could I say that and not catch myself? I'm so cautious with my words. I mean, you guys watch my videos and you know I'm cautious. I'm attentive and I'm correcting. right? Because I'm not always going to get it right, and I know it can be said better. So why didn't I catch that right there? Let me tell you what happened. So because I saw that, I quickly typed, oh, my bad. I even put notes under there in the description because that's not only insulting to who I respect, right? I respect the value of the good of God. Yet I'm gonna say that, and those words are gonna come out of my mouth in a public setting. What came to my attention after I heard that and after I saw the pictures, there's a couple things that happened that let me know, oops, I just got an attachment to me and I didn't even recognize it. Something attached to my field to influence my behavior. Like I'm strict and disciplined, but yet something was able to influence my behavior, right? Be it that I'm sharp about it, but it can come and influence and change up my behavior. Now, it's not going to be more drastic than some words come in my mouth because I'm so vigilant about it, right? So when I go back and I look at my video and I hear those words and then I match it with an experience I had the day before, right? The day before, meaning a Tuesday, I watched this video and it was a music video and I questioned watching it because of who made it, right? So the person underneath it said video from Killer Priest, right? And the words in the title is what got my attention. And I was like, let me see this, right? Knowing I had an alarm go off, my intuition telling me no, but yet I pushed it. So as I'm listening to this guy singing this song, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker's infested. Like, this motherfucker's walking around with demons 24/7. Click, got rid of that, right? Now, I ain't paying no more mind. That's it. I didn't watch it. Over. Never listening to anything from Killer Priest ever again because he's infested with demonic fucking behavior coming out of his words. Trying to circle and make sure that I don't leave nothing out. Then, after I do the video with you guys, right? Then I take my pictures, then I post them to my thumbnail. That's my regular, that's what I do regularly, right? I don't take the picture before, I take the picture after. So I'm taking my pictures, and in one of those pictures, I see something overlaced on my face. And I'm like, what? Right? I hadn't heard the video yet. I hadn't heard the disrespect. The words that come out of my mouth on disrespect to God. I hadn't heard it yet. I wasn't even thinking about the Killer Priest video I watched the day before. I just saw that and it looked demonic. It looked creature-like. It looked non-human, right? Over and within my face in the picture. For those who don't know, the cameras have the ability to pick up things we can't see with our perception, right? So I see this and I'm just like, I'm gonna save this because I'm gonna have to use this for reference somewhere at some time. Because this shit right here, this ain't normal and it ain't natural and that shit is on me. What's up? Boom, I save it to the side. You'll never see me post, by the way, that picture, that image, because I'll never let my opposition use something against me, ever. And I'm slick to know exactly what they're looking for, right? Looking for some weakness in my link. If you ever run into me and you want to see it, I'll show it to you. I'm going to have it saved and I'm going to show you what an attachment looks like. Because if I talk about it for other people, people can deny that all they want, but this shit was on me. I know that happened. And you can best bet it's real, what I'm saying. Because it's coming from me and it's on me. So, I hear then later the video and then all of it circles around and it all makes sense. I was like, oh shit, I got an attachment on me before I did my video, meaning going live, because I had gotten intuition. My intuition was telling me, go talk to Michael before you start. Go talk to Michael before you start. Go pray. Go go make sure you do a prayer, and then you go and check in with Michael. I didn't do it. I even said, sorry God, sorry Michael, I can't go in right now. I already say my prayer every morning, so I'm thinking I'm cool, right? I do my gratitude. I give grace and gratitude for all the things I'm grateful for. I have little pieces of everything I'm grateful for, and I touch, and my family, and I make sure I go over it all. And then I do a protection shielding, and I safeguard myself and my family members and my loved ones, right? And like a firewall, I do a firewall every morning after I give gratitude and grace. So because I do that every morning, there's no way I'm thinking I need to go check in with Michael or go do a prayer. I'm not thinking I need to do that because I'm regular on my prayers before I leave the house every morning. And it's already late in the evening, and I'm about to go live with you guys, and I don't got the time. Time ran out. And so, boom, I go live with you guys. I'm talking. I connected and I related all that information. I got an attachment put on me that's demonic, right? Not that it's going to make me do something demonic. It's just a corrupted file. It's an attachment. It's something that if I don't remove, it'll infiltrate, infest, make things in my life worse as time goes on. And it's like letting roaches build up in your house. Get them the fuck out quick and now. Don't let them grow. Don't let them infest your space. By the way, I hate roaches and I hate demons. I have a genuine hate. Like, ooh, zero tolerance. We ain't fucking friends. We ain't talking. Because of the image, because I got the intuition to pray before I go online, which that had never happened before, right? And because I said the words I said, I would never, ever shoot out words like that, opposing God in any way, at any time, on screen, off screen. That shit just don't roll with me, but yet it's there and you can see it. You can see it yourself. That I couldn't even catch it, couldn't even hear it, because I had an attachment affect and influence my words. That's how bad these attachments are, and I had just got it the day before. This is not ancestral, where it's attachments that are from actions of my ancestors. It's not from attachments that from shit that I've done, for sexual partners that I've had, that what's on them is now on me. All those things gotta go, right? All those things got to go. And we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to show you guys how you can help yourselves with that, right? We'll go into that in a minute. But I got something for you guys to be able to hear and then start moving these things out from something recent to something ancestral, right? Ancient. Shit's been following you and your children and your children's children. I mean, this stuff keeps going on if we don't break and cut off connections. So my point in this is, if that can influence me being so vigilant and on top of my words, but yet it couldn't affect me just one day before I come on live with you guys, I realized I have to not only do what I do every morning for my firewall, meaning my protection shielding for myself and my family, right? Giving grace and gratitude to remember what to be grateful for, because the system fucking sucks and it will take me on the wrong path of everything I can't stand, right? Because I'm stuck in it like everybody else. We're stuck in it. So remembering what to hold on to be grateful for is important daily, because all that shit out there will remind you of why you fucking hate it, why you hate the system so much. So because of that experience, I realized I need to set up a prayer before I talk live, which I did before I came on here live with you guys. And I have to do it every week because I'm here every week with you guys. And I have to make sure that influence never happens to me again because of what I see and what I hear. Because what I see and what I hear is everywhere. And I don't know what has an attachment to it that can attach to me because of where I put my eyes and where I let my ears listen to. Because that's how simple it is to influence an attachment to an individual. They have these concerts. I'm gonna give you an example. They have these concerts and they're doing satanic rituals at these concerts. I don't even have to explain to you which one's doing them. All you have to look is all of the artists right now are doing it. And if they're having these satanic rituals, which people are looking at them as performances, no, they're satanic rituals. And because the eyes and the ears of the individual is there and present, be it online or be it in physicality, they got attachments that will follow not only and corrupt their world, their lifestyle, their living. No matter how diligent they are about being good and doing good, shit will just keep on growing and festering in a negative way, and people don't know why it's happening because it's something they participated in that allowed an attachment. I'm gonna have to go into later what these attachments, how they work in this machine. For those of you who don't know, my name is Michelle Angelique, and on my channel here, Spiritual Boxer, I talk about we are in a machine that works against mankind, and it powers itself off of suffering and pain, and it creates creature kind, which are chimeras, which are animal-human hybrids with nanobiotechnology that has zero feeling of emotion. It has zero care. All right. And so on my channel, I show people how we got to rise up, get strong in our physicality, our mentality, so we can hold strength and hold on to what we're made up of. Because mankind is different. Mankind fucking cares. It has love and compassion for its children. It doesn't sacrifice its children to any demonic, satanic, Luciferian, witchcraft practicing gods. For religious people, they call them gods, right? Entities are what they are. They are alien entities, and these alien entities fool mankind so that mankind draws near, and demons fool mankind so mankind draws near. We're talking about the same thing in two different ways. Religious people, scientific people, or people who just don't do nothing religious. We're talking the same thing, and mankind got to get on the same page, and this is what this channel is about. This is what I talk about. So that is one part. I got to say a prayer, and I'm going to post the prayer so you can see what I say. I'm just going to tell it to you right now. God, in your name, free me from the attachments placed onto me, from what my eyes have seen and my ears have heard. In the name of God, I remove you. In the name of God, leave now. Blessed is my mind and my thoughts. Blessed are my words and my actions. With the power of love of the Holy Spirit. Spirit. I gotta watch everything I say. With the power of love of the Holy Spirit, I am blessed. I'm also really bad at reading and writing. Like, I am the worst. I can't read my own writing. So I am now going to start saying this before I talk publicly. This is going to be what I state, because I got to make sure I take off any attachments that have come on to me within the hour, within the week, within the month. But if I'm doing it weekly, I'm cleaning up. You know, I end up not having a backlog to have to catch up on. Like I said, I'm going to put on here also, not just that prayer of what I just said, is Bev Tucker is I don't know if she calls herself an exorcist, right? But she helps with deliverance. That's a better way to say it, right? Deliverance. Bev Tucker, I just watched one of her deliverance videos today, and it was full across the spectrum. Like, let's get them all. I have shown you guys other videos of Derick Prince, a video of Derick Prince, who is also a deliverance minister. And Derick Prince did one, but it's more 80s style, you know, and you hear the people in the crowd, and that turns off a lot of people who are not religious, right? People who are religious don't care. People, or I should say, people who are religious don't care because they know that's part of the process, right? When things are getting moved out, these attachments in terms that are not religious, they're attachments, they're corrupted files this machine uses to place on people when they break a rule or a law. And that's how this machine works. It's programmable language. It works like code, like programming, right? And you do this, you get that. You don't do this, you don't get that. I'm gonna have to go into that into a different video. But programmed language is the technical term and how these AI machines work, right? And legal rights of authority is how religious terms are used. And says this is why deliverance ministers sound like they're dealing with a legal contract. This is what I've observed. They won't tell you this, but this is what I recognize. And because how many deliverance ministers are you going to hear talking about, hey, we're in a machine? One does. Scott Hensler, he doesn't say we're in a machine, but Scott Hensler, and I'll put links to all of these guys, right? How you can find these deliverance ministers and how they speak. I don't go to all deliverance ministers because some of them learn from Luciferic ways. I've seen it, I noticed it, and they say Jesus, but they're not with Yeshua's way. Because I hear and I catch it in their words, who they learn from, and who they learn from are Rosicrucians, Masons, who are Jesus followers. We have a problem. That's a contradiction, because Masons are satanic, Rosicrucians are satanic, and they'll never tell you that. They'll never state that, but you do far digging, and there's more than enough evidence showing that. I've done other videos on that. So Scott Hensler knows that this AI machine system has a lockdown on man, is trying to lock down physically mankind. That's as far as Scott Hensler goes with the machine and demon deliverance, you know, that in that direction. He's the only one who knows AI has to do with this demonic, I'm trying to use different words so everybody can understand what I'm saying. Demonic for religious people, and people who just need a technical term, it's called alien entities. Alien entities, right? Because they're all on the same team against mankind. So Scott Hensler, when he talks about it, he's talking about it from how is this machine breaking us down as a species of mankind. I talk about it even further, where we're in a machine that is this AI system. It lives off of suffering and pain, called quantum annealing for these machines. This is how they power themselves. So if they're doing this on the small scale, meaning machine scale right here, right now in this reality, what are they doing, or how is this working on a large scale? Where is it getting that low point of vibration called quantum annealing? It's getting it from our suffering and our pain. So now let me get you, now that I said all of that, and I'll be posting information for everything I'm talking about. Give me 2 days to post for all of my videos. It takes me about 2 days to put all the links up, okay? So if you don't see them right away, look back 2 days. Give me some time, but little by little I post them up. My brain hurts right now. I feel it hurting. I kid you not, because I'm about to tell you what I don't want to talk about. So I'm not even exaggerating about this. So I gotta calm down. I'm getting anxious, and that's not natural to my personality. That's not natural to my nature to feel anxious. Oh, all right. I can't even talk about it. I can't even fucking talk. Okay. So yesterday, I'll do my best just to like piece this so I don't have you sitting on pause. Just take it one step at a time, Michelle. Just fucking one step at a time. The reason my brain hurts is because the amount of information I got yesterday and the reality of the information I got yesterday made my brain feel like it got stretched out of its bounds. And that's why it hurts so bad, because it did get stretched out of its bounds, past my limits. This is this whole thing about people and losing their mind. What literally happens is shit really does snap in there. It really does. I can feel how that is possible. You know, I was able to feel how extreme and possible this is. This is the second time I feel this kind of pull on my brain. When I say pull, meaning it fucking hurts. My brain hurts. Let me organize myself. All right, so I talked about influence, right? How easily we can be influenced by something negative, but we also can be influenced by the good guys. When I say the good guys, I mean God's team, I mean Michael's team, and I mean John's team. You'd have to watch other videos for you to know what I'm talking about when I say John's team. Because outside of this machine, John is a military leader working with a scientific team to help mankind get information in here throughout the ages to bring us up to the point where we're at right now, to be able to look back, see the history, see what really happened, and recognize we're in a machine. I've already talked to you guys about that, so that's not new news. What happened to me yesterday was new news. New news that don't fit in my brain. New news that don't fit in my brain. Uh, it don't fit in my brain. You know, I don't even know if I can keep going. Meaning going and talking to you guys right now in my life. I'm gonna live strong and long for as long as I can. Like, I'm not talking about can't keep going. Interpret my words. I'm saying I don't know if I keep talking on this live. I thought about just getting rid of my just stop talking, just leave my YouTube, and whoever can help, let the information help people, but not talking to you guys no more. So yesterday I get influenced by Michael, but I don't even know it's happening, you know. And Michael's team are the angels. God's team is everyone who has helped Yeshua get to where he was at, and everyone who helped him afterwards. God sends his angels to help mankind. When mankind calls on God, it's to send the angels. That's the process. We hear it regularly in religious terms, right? John's team, and you have to watch the video that I made about Michael was created before God was created to understand what I'm talking about, or else this won't make no sense. I'll put a post so that you can see that, so that this can make some sense. So good guys can influence the same as we can get negative to influence and put attachments on us. Well, the good guys, in this case, Michael, I'm happen to feel that it's also John's team outside of this box machine reality that we're in, created an influence on me to not even recognize I left my cell phone here in the house before I go to work. That has never happened because I have a repetitious routine of placing my phone in my purse, putting on the video I'm going to listen to as I walk out the door and go into my car, and I play it and post it in my car. Like, it's a regular routine because I do this over and over, right? It's a fucking routine. I do something I never do, and I go after I take out my phone that's been charging all night. I take it with me to the restroom, right? Which most of us do. Take it with us as we're doing whatever we got to do around the house. And in this case, for me to go to work, right? And instead of taking it with me, I go and I put it back on the charger. I never do that. Why would I do that? It's already been charging all night. And then I end up leaving it there. I get in the car, I'm driving, and I'm not listening to anything. I'm not wondering where my phone is at. I'm just thinking, oh, I'm tired. This is what I'm thinking. I'm tired and I just don't want to hear nothing. Really, Michelle? You're tired and you don't want to hear nothing. Well, guess what? You're tired all the time because you fucking work like a goddamn dog. You know, we're all worked to the fucking bone, but we don't forget our phone. And if we do, it's real rare, right? Real rare. But it doesn't happen to me, and yet it did. I get to work and I'm finally looking for my phone, but I'm already 30 minutes away from my house, so I can't go back and get it. So I'm just like, fuck, I gotta go do a whole long day with no phone. All right. I guess it's me and you, Michael, today. I guess I'm going to tap in so that I'm not bored. So because I do my firewall every morning, I can tap in those 24 hours to Michael comfortably, right? So I say, Michael, this is what I do. I say, Michael, come in. That's how I do it. Michael, come in. And he says, I'm always here. That's what he says. I'm always here. So I guess it's me and you, Michael. I don't have my phone. What a coincidence, Michael. Meaning by that time I recognize, oh my gosh, I look back, I'm forgetting this whole time and I don't recognize till right now I don't have my phone. I was like, all right, I got influenced by my fatigue and being tired that I must have not wanted to listen to the phone the whole ride here or in my house. That's how easily mankind can be influenced by the good guys or the bad guys. The bad guys slip attachments so that negative behaviors, negative actions, me saying that, what I said, disrespected God, that's a negative fucking action on my part. I would never do that, yet I did. And if I ever did do it, you best believe I'm the first one to take accountability, fix it. Yet I didn't because I couldn't even hear it. So that's me showing you guys how easily we're influenced by the good guys and the bad guys, right? And it's about getting rid of the negative attachments, the evil attachments, the attachments to look to break us the fuck down. And it's about recognizing that the good guys can influence us as well, and that's a good thing. So Michael having me not bring my phone and me getting to work, so I'm driving and I'm telepathically communicating with Michael. And then something intercepts the line, and I ain't cool with that shit, and I recognize it real quick, and I'm just like, how'd something intercept my line? Because you don't sound like Michael, you sound like military, right? You sound like military. But I still am not okay with it. I'm not okay with anything. Like, I need to know something's coming before it just comes. Usually I'll get a visual or something to know something's coming to change up the scene. or the dynamic, but no, this is a straight up, that don't sound like Michael, and that definitely don't sound like how Michael communicates and speaks. So I'm listening, and I said, you ain't Michael. You're not Michael. And so I turned off my communication, meaning my thinking. And I go and I reinforce my firewall, which is grounding, red transparent light, ceiling above the head to make sure your line is clear. I mean, there's things you visually got to do and say, and you can do them internally or externally, but they got to be done, and it reinforces the line, the security in the line of communication. And then I go back and I say, Michael, come in. And then it's Michael, and then boom, again, I get this same other voice. And when I say voice, it's not exterior coming in, it's internal. Like when you hear a song, you internally hear the words, right? It works just like that. I have these things written down because I won't remember all the things that went on back and forth like a phone call. We can't remember every word said on that phone call, but we can remember the gist of our communication when we talk to somebody on the phone, right? Give me 1 second. This is my work clipboard. This clipboard right here, I had to write down some notes because I was like, I'm never gonna remember this. This shit's off the wall. I can't even make this one up or remember what I heard. So now that I cleared the line and reinforced the line of security, it still came in, this voice. That's not Michael. And I'm just like, oh, what's up? I mean, I don't like it. I'm not comfortable with that. I've told you guys this on other videos that I've done. I was trying to remember which videos, but there's just no way I can remember. I have a lot of videos. What am I looking for right here? I'm looking for something specific so that I don't lose track of what ended up happening in the communication. When this guy is talking and I say, you sound military, I know John's team is military, right? And for those of you who haven't seen all my other videos, I talk about how John's team is a military team. John leads this military team, and John's Irish. Why? Because that's what he shows himself to be when he showed himself, right? And he's Irish, American Irish. And I've said, like I said, I've said this in other videos, so I'm not just coming up with it. My head hurts right now. My head hurts so bad right now. I don't want to talk no more. I'm getting anxiety is what's happening. Trust me, you're never gonna see shit. I would never do this where you guys are fucking watching it. I didn't even want to come on today. I'm trying to calm myself down. I'm trying to calm the pain in my head down. Because I don't want to talk no more. I don't want to tell you guys no more. Because it puts me in a position I don't want. I don't want this position. So I tell this guy, I've heard you before. And I said, are you that black guy on John's team? Now nobody knows this because I've never said that before on any of my videos. Except one person knows about this black guy that's intercepted the line in my past communications with Michael. And the only one person who knows is Lamar, the guy who does my birth chart, right? I've done a video where Lamar's in there. So Lamar's a black guy. And I'm telling Lamar, I'm going to tell you something I never told nobody, but there's this black guy on John's team, and this is what he said, witty, wada, right? And that was about something else and some other time, right? But I already have reference of this black guy, and I call him a black guy because I have no other name, and he sounds just like a black guy, right? And I'm gonna read what I have right here that I had to write down because there's no way I'd remember it. And so before we go on any further, oh, my head hurts so bad. My head hurts. My brain, my brain, my brain hurts. So this guy, I say, I need you to show yourself because I don't trust nothing. I don't trust nothing, nobody. I don't trust my family members because they fuck me over the most. And people who say they love me, like my children's fathers that say they love me, have fucked me over the most. My ex-lover, who I loved with heart, body, soul, fucked me over on top of everybody else the most. Like I didn't know I could be fucked over that bad because it crushed my heart so bad, right? So I don't trust fucking nobody. There ain't no love. Except for the love I have for my children and the love I have for the good of God. And everybody else's little children. I have a heart for that. Protecting the innocent. That's what I have a heart for. That's a pure love. A mother to her children, children to their mother, little children, that's real pure love. And that's the one thing that keeps my fire going. All right, so I tell this guy, I said, you need to show yourself, make yourself known. And when you speak like that, whatever you're communicating with has to. There's not a choice. It's part of the programming language in this field of reality that we are in. And once we get a clue of that, we're going to run things differently. We are going to run things. Things are not going to run over us no more because that's what's going on. We're being rolled on. We're being ran over. We're being controlled because we don't recognize the machine reality that we're in and how it works. So when I say that, I see a word and I hear what the word says. Because I'm looking at the letters, but I don't know what it says. I'm trying to read it because you guys know I'm a bad reader. Those of you who follow me know I don't read well. I'm dyslexic. That ain't my forte. Doing numbers and math, reading, writing, that ain't my fucking deal. That's not what I do, and I'm cool with that. I'm perfect with that. I'm all right with that. It's how I'm built. And it's okay. So I'm looking at the letters S-E-A-N, and I hear the word Sean after I said, show yourself to me, Present yourself. Let me see what you are. You have to show yourself to me. Make yourself known. That's what I hear, that's what I see, and I'm just like, that's not how you spell Sean. I'm thinking in my own mind, I'm like, that's not how you spell Sean, but yet I'm hearing Sean. And I said, let me go to my phone and check. I don't have a phone. I couldn't check how you spell Sean because it's like lawn, right? Sean, lawn, not S-E-A-N. So I can't spell that. I'm like, I have to wait to go home to figure that one out. But all right, you're saying Sean. All right. So I come home and guess what? I find out that is how you spell, one of the many ways you spell Sean. I have something to say about that as well. We'll go back to that, but let me get back to driving this bus and my comms, right? With this black guy from John's team. So he's talking to me, and I know he's a black guy because, like I said, he sounds like a black guy. When I'm talking to him, he just sounds like typical rolling in the street, what's up, boom, we're talking, and you can tell the dialect from everybody, right? I'm going to read two things I wrote down in the communication that were rolling back and forth because, like, I just can't make this shit up. Like, I have to write this down because if I don't write it right now, I'm not going to remember it later. And so here's the problem why my head hurts so bad. My brain hurts and my head hurts. My muscle tissue in my brain is throbbing right now. Is because this black guy named Sean on John's team tells me I have to tell you guys what I don't want to tell you guys. And I don't want to. I don't want to. I still don't want to right now. And I'm just like, no, I'm not doing it. That's not, no, straight up. We're gonna work on it. I'm trying to tell you. I'm fighting myself. I'm trying to tell you right now. And you might think it's not a big deal, but it's a big deal to me. It's a huge deal to me. So he wants me to tell you guys that I have communication with an outside team, and they're going to start communicating with me directly, meaning auditory from outside in, not me checking in, and then doing it the way I've been doing it, and then coming in and communicating with me, in random points. My head hurts so. My head has hurt since yesterday. I feel like I'm walking around with a serious fucking injury. I'm serious. So they want to start communicating with me and me communicating with you guys, and I said no fucking go for me, because I don't want nothing coming in and just talking to me like I'm at work and then boom 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 I hear a fucking voice. I'm not okay with that. I'm still not okay with that right now. For those of you who've been following me, know my past videos, I talk about my grandmother having multiple personalities, right? And I'd watch things talk to her on a regular. And my poor grandmother suffered, and she made my mother and her siblings, me, my aunt, my uncle, my aunts and my uncle, made them suffer, because these demons are diabolical. I'd have to ask permission from my mother to even tell you the shit that she went through. There's nothing to do with the shit that I went through. I'd rather live my life over again than ever go through what my mother and my aunts and uncle had to live. But there's a point in your life where you say the fucking road ends right fucking now. I'm cutting this shit the fuck off. It fucking ends and dies with me. It finishes with me. My generation, last fucking generation to go through this shit. The kids that I have and their children are gonna fucking be free, because I'm gonna fucking fight for it. And those were my words when I was 19. Now, I don't want to tell you guys. I don't want communication. I don't want to hear things. Fuck no. I've had to fight demonic attachments my whole life with my own mind and hearing and breaking them to the point where my body is about to fucking break. But I break them off, right? Because I didn't know what I know now. Didn't understand the power of words and using the name of God to have things removed. I didn't know any of this process. I didn't know about the machine. I didn't know about the angels. I didn't know about God. I just know there was a man named Jesus, and he mattered since I was a kid. Oh, which his name is Yeshua, not Jesus. So you know why I stand with that. Oh my gosh. So this is what this black guy says. Black guy named Sean. There's something very important about the name Sean when I came and looked it up online. It's is what broke my mind to the point where I can't deal with what I'm going through no more. I just can't. I'm gonna read to you. What I was hearing and what I wrote down, and then I'm gonna show you what Sean says, or what the meaning of Sean means. When I looked it up on the phone, it just I feel like that's what cracked me, because it's so fucking real. This is real. As much as I don't want to accept this is real, this is real. I can't stand watching these guys on YouTube who have all this exterior communication. They're fucking fools to me. I watch them and I'm like, you're a fucking fool. You're a fool because you're misled. You're misdirecting, because I can see the fucking words coming out your mouth. You're a fucking fool. I don't want to be one of those people. I don't want to be one of these fools. I don't want to be known as those guys telling you what communications I've got. I don't want to. I can tell you about how to fucking armor up, how to get strong in your mind and your body. That makes sense to me. Me telling you communications coming from the outside, I'm not okay with that. So here's what this black guy says. He says, love and peace ain't good if you're in hell. You gotta keep your guard up. Your hate is necessary to keep up your defense. Now, why am I saying that? Because I didn't say that. That's what he said. And when I say he, I'm talking about this black guy, right? I can see the image of a black guy. The name given is Sean. So we're going with Sean. He tells me this. And I'm communicating back, and I said, you know I hate the fuck out of demons. And this is why he's telling me this, that hate is necessary. And this is why I'm so fucking defensive, because I don't want these motherfuckers to infiltrate through my words or my actions, my thoughts, my life, my reality, because they're fucking everywhere. But I don't want them nowhere fucking near me or my kids. This is why my guard is up, right? This is why my guard is up. And he's telling me that it's good to have my guard up. It's good to have that kind of hate for those kind of things. There's people out there who say they give love and blessings to demons. My grandmother was one of them. She'd pray for demons. Fuck that shit. Move those motherfuckers out. They got a fucking place to be, and it ain't fucking here. It ain't here. They have zero heart. Zero heart. Zero capability of love. They feed off of suffering and cruelty and pain. This is why they can kill their own children. Sacrifice them. They are not mankind. Period. Another thing he tells me that just like, I can't make this up. I'm telling him, I don't want to do this. This is not something I'm going to do. There's no way I want to go. And you expect me to tell this to you guys, which I'm telling you guys. You know, this was so fucking crazy. I'm telling you guys. But I don't want to do it, is what I'm telling you. He tells me like this, right? That's why I say he's a black guy. He goes, you can't run the yard if you're afraid to go where no one else wants to go. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking run the yard. I don't fucking run it. You can keep the yard. I don't have nothing to do with it. I don't have to be no fucking shot caller. I don't have to tell nobody nothing. I just give them little bits of information to help them get strong. That's the best I got, right? That's the best I got. But that's not the best I got. That's not the best I got. I know we're up against something that's unfucking beatable if we don't get our shit together. And they're trying to show that they are the hope that we need that's outside of this machine coming in. But I don't want to be the one responsible for fucking failing. You hear what I'm saying? I don't want to be the one you depend on to get information. I don't even want to know. Like, I don't want to know. I don't want to be the one in the middle. I don't want to be responsible for fucking failing, because I failed at everything in my life. I have failed at everything in my life. There's just no way I want this responsibility. I don't want to do it. I'm not even going to call it responsibility. Oh. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't know what else to say from there. I was gonna tell you right now what we'll talk about next week, getting back to Yeshua's diet, right? In the book of the Gospel of Peace. But I'm not gonna do that because so much happens to me in a short window of time, in a 1 week time, that I'm just going to leave it at this, leave it at that, and play it by ear, step at a time. I don't even know where to go from here no more. I don't. I don't know how this is gonna play out. The stress still hurts my brain. My physical brain still hurts. I need a break. Is what I need. I need a break. I'm still gonna be here next Wednesday. I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but I'll show up. I'm gonna go right now and open up the line. Like I said, if you talk some shit, that's cool. I'm just gonna get rid of your ass. Fucking move you. Let me try to find out how to make it where I'm gonna get good at this eventually, you guys, alright? I don't know where to go. I don't know where to fucking go. There's no button for me to see what to do. I'm just pushing all the buttons. That's all I'm doing. And I don't know where to go. I guess I cannot turn on. What I'm trying to do is turn on where we can talk, and it looks like it can't. Alright, so what we're gonna do for next week, so that I can chat with you guys, question and answer type of deal. If you guys want to ask me something. And, I'll have it on from now on, and just get rid of the fools. Make it easy. Alright, you guys. It's Michelle and Shalik. Spiritual boxer. I feel like I just had my ass handed over to me. I need a little break. And till we meet again next week. You guys be safe, be well, be good with God, and keep moving it forward.